Peace, family. Don't rob the world from benefiting and being positively impacted by and through your existence. You know what I mean? Through your pain, your suffering, from your discernment, from your enlightenment, through your positive growth that comes from coming to know better so that you can do better. You know what I mean? You may have suffered in the past, but that was only so that you can learn to let go of some relationships, you know what I mean, based upon trauma bonding, based upon misery loves company, based upon get in to fit in. You were supposed to go through those experiences so that you can then learn what you don't want, and so that you can then commit yourself to letting go of those associations, those stagnant affiliations, those unproductive affiliations, you know what I mean? So that you can then take advantage of your solitude, your ability to then choose what you really want, and be free to go after it. You know what I mean? A lot of the people that you love, and this is no shame, you know what I mean, or judgment, or ridicule towards, some of the people that you know and love, whether it be family, whether it be friends, you know what I mean, whether it be neighbors or co-workers, you know what I mean? Everybody doesn't want to get better. Everybody doesn't want to commit themselves to the discipline, that it will take for them to move on from lower levels of living, lower vibrations. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't want, to evolve, into their higher selves, into their most positive presence and existence, so that they can then overflow the best of themselves before they die. Everybody doesn't want that. You know what I mean? So it's a personal choice to begin to move on and to begin to create and maintain healthy boundaries, so that you don't reconnect, through habits and behaviors and addictions, that will lead to fear and procrastination, that will lead to trauma bonding and addictions and addictive behaviors. Your life is more valuable than that. You know what I mean? But you have to claim that and then live that. You know what I mean? So one of the ways that helps me, to continue to strive is I've built a positive reflection and relationship, with myself, with my younger self, that did the best that he could. That was, sometimes afraid to stand alone, but continued to take those disciplined steps to leave me with projects that he couldn't finish. That's up to me and my evolved, mature state, to take advantage of what he left behind for me to finish, as a mature version of myself. You know what I mean? And so sometimes when I feel, depressed, you know what I mean? Sometimes when I feel the pangs of fear and anxiety, starting to creep in, you know what I mean? I always remember, and I have the ability to go back and connect with my younger self, you know what I mean? That helps to reignite that flame, that passion in me to get up and get at it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate my younger self for all that he did. You know what I mean? To give me the opportunity to be who I need to be in this day and time. And I affirm and I pray and I meditate, that if I am graced, to have another decade or two, that my older self will look upon my present self in that same esteemed, loving way, to where he will be encouraged, inspired, by what I'm doing now to continue to add on to a rich and positive legacy that I'm striving to leave behind. You know what I mean? So, family, yes, we should be open to building and nurturing, positive relationships with other people. But by the same token, we should not be afraid to stand in our own truth, in our own purpose, in our own gifts, talents, you know what I mean? And the nurturing of a legacy of discipline, of creativity. You have a lot left in you that you haven't even scratched the surface of yet. Don't jeopardize your ability to manifest a level of greatness because you are too worried to move on from conditions and conditioning that you may be suffering through at this point. Don't be afraid to move on from relationships that you have built, based upon that suffering, that bonding through trauma. Move on with discipline, move on with grace, move on with power, move on with purpose. You know what I mean? So, peace and elevation, man. This is your brother Mike X. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message, and I hope that you benefit from this passionate expression. You know what I mean?